U.S. President Barack Obama, who won the White House on a pledge to end one war in Iraq, is now readying the nation for another. Well, this time, a multi-year military campaign against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, also known as ISIL. And while one chamber of Congress has given the go-ahead to part of Obama's plan, big questions remain about how the rest is shaping up. White House correspondent Patty Culhane has the latest.
U.S. President Barack Obama giving a pep talk to U.S. troops responsible for the fight against the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant, promising again victory can be achieved without them going into combat in Iraq.
The American forces that have been deployed to Iraq do not and will not have a combat mission. They will support Iraqi forces on the ground as they fight for their own country against these terrorists.
The president's plan also calls for Syrian fighters to take on ISIL, and the U.S. House of Representatives has now agreed to expand their training, with the U.S. Senate expected to agree on Thursday. But many in Congress are skeptical the overall plan will work.
I hope you'll lay out a plan that will convince us that you're serious about doing the things you said you're going to do to the American people and to us about ISIL, because you haven't done it now.
One of the biggest concerns, the plan hinges on turning Sunni tribes in Iraq against ISIL. To make that happen, the Obama administration has tasked former General John Allen, who was responsible for doing the exact same thing during the Iraq War. Admiral William Fallon was Allen's boss at the time. He thinks he can succeed again.
He was the man who went to meet the leaders in the region. He knows them all. And his experience since then, both at CENTCOM and then back in Afghanistan, and then since he's been retired, helping out in the region, I think makes him the ideal person, if you would, with credibility.
The Obama administration is going to great lengths to say there are 40 other countries taking part in the effort. But even the president could only say that 2 other countries have planes in the skies over Iraq. A lot of critics here in Washington say for this strategy to work, Arab nations have to contribute to the military effort. It'll be up to General Allen to try and make that happen.
Do the potential Arab states, do they understand how fragile American public opinion will be toward this effort, toward this destruction, if they don't fully commit?
The Obama administration hearing reluctance from many in the region and many in Congress. General Allen was responsible for slowly winding down the war in Afghanistan, being told he has a lot less time to ramp a new one up. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.